Big change this year for students at Luxemburg-Casco Middle School. They can no longer have cell phones in the classroom. The pilot program is part of a nationwide initiative called Away for the Day. Jason Zimmerman spoke with school officials about their expectations. He's live in Luxembourg with a First Alert update. Jason.
Cammie, the school doesn't take the phones away, but students at Luxemburg-Casco Middle School right behind me are required to keep those devices in their locker from the first bell to the final bell to prevent any learning distractions. For the first time this fall, 7th and 8th graders at Luxemburg-Casco are setting their cell phones aside before walking into a classroom, with the principal telling us he's anxious to see the results.
We're not taking them. We're not having them check them in the office. We may take them if there's a violation, but the fact that they're in their locker, potentially in their backpack, it means that they can maintain them. I think that that's helpful. I think that that's reasonable.
The cell phone policy stems from a nationwide initiative known as Away for the Day, which has conducted research showing that students interrupted by text messages have test scores almost 11% lower than those who have no interruptions. Before enacting the policy, parents in Luxemburg-Casco were surveyed, with 4 and 5 saying they favor restrictions. The district says 89% of middle school students have cell phones, and so far feedback has been relatively positive.
Our plan right now is to have it all year. I think the other members of the administrative team and others within the district are interested to see how things go for us. For us, we're going to be looking at our academic data and our other information, our behavioral data and things to see about the success or failure.
According to information put out by Away for the Day, 56% of middle schools all across the country have no restrictions on cell phones at all. Reporting live in Luxembourg, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.